Okay, Rick Taylor here. I've had a lot of requests for people that want me to show them how to use the scrap to roll cigars. So I'm going to roll some cigars out of my scrap, show you how it's done. I do that when I'm running low on filler. I save most of my scraps and put them into a separate container, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, here's a plastic tub that I put my cutoffs and everything in. Some of these are a year or more old. I don't do it very often because it's only when I really run low on filler. This is my filler. It's Dominican Seco. I got about 1.5 pounds. I try to keep 2 or 3, 4 pounds on hand because I go through it pretty quick. So I'm when this thing isn't full, I'm a little low. I usually have 2 or 3 of these full. Here's my binder slash wrapper. I keep a clean cloth. Believe it or not, this is a clean cloth. It's just got tobacco stains on it. It's only been dampened with distilled water and then touching the tobacco. Here's some awesome binder that I have that I'm going to be rolling the cigars in. If you're lucky enough to get some big aged binder like this, which could literally be used for wrapper, I mean it's thin, pliable, then you're pretty lucky. I'm going to take 3 of these leaves and I'm going to make 6 cigars out of them. So, and in this, before I close it up, I spray it with distilled water. And then I close it up. I'm going to put the camera on the tripod and I'll be right back. Okay. What I have to do first is cut these major veins out. Each one of these leaves will give me 2 binders. One cigar for each half of the leaf. Toss these away. Doesn't matter if these big leaves have holes in them. There's so much leaf that that they'll cover the holes up before you get done. See that hole there? Doesn't worry me. These are nice and moist. They're not wet, but they are pliable. That's what you want. If they seem a little thin, they are thin, but they're stronger than you would believe, as long as you treat them properly. See, it doesn't take long to trim these up. Get rid of that big stem. Take these. I'll better leave one. Take these, put them on the side. Okay. Now I take my glue, which if you watch some of my other videos, I show you how to make this glue. It's natural. You can buy it at the store and make it up yourself. I keep it in the refrigerator. I put some glue down the entire side, the very edge of the binder. I always roll with where I cut the stem off to the left. I find that if you do things the same way every time, you become pretty darn good at it. So, what I'm going to do take a couple of leaves of the filler. Okay, it doesn't matter if they got holes in them. Doesn't matter. Now, normally I would take this stem out, but since I'm rolling, and I cut those tips off, and I lay it right on top. Put those on it. I don't want to waste these. I'll put them right there on that, see? Now I've got an area that I can put my pieces on and then roll it up. So what I'll do is I'll take some of these and put them over here. I'll look at them to make sure there's no rolled up pieces, because those, once they get rolled into the cigar, could cause it not to draw properly. I'll make sure there's, see, there might, even a little one like that, when it gets rolled up tight, it'll keep it from drawing. Okay, so that feels okay. Oh, missed one. You got to go through and pull these apart. Alright, so we want to take a handful of these, spread them out. Okay, as much as you want to have a big cigar. I like big cigars, especially I use this as an excuse to make a bigger than normal cigar. Okay, put them like that. Take the edge of the binder, you pull it over the top. Okay, you push down on it, you fold it over on itself, and you start rolling. Okay, you get this side going over here, and then you start worrying more about this side. If you're a little short, felt a little narrow there, you throw a few in. Roll it all the way. Hand roll it a few times. Make sure the glue's all stuck. Come in here, feel where the end of your cigar is. This is the side you're going to light. Always keep track of it. Throw that back in there. Roll this up. It gets soft right here. So I'm going to cut it just beyond that. This is the end I'm going to smoke off of. I always keep that to the left. Get me a piece of newsprint. Start from the side I'm going to light. Always. When you're rolling it up, now it rolls up the same direction that you put the wrapper on. To keep that in mind, then you'll never have a problem. That way when you've rolled this up and you tighten it and you roll it like this, it's tightening the paper up in the same direction as the binder. Okay, you do that a few times while you're gently holding this in. There it is. Now I'll put this aside to dry. Those that watch my videos know I put it on top of the video cable box, and for an hour or so. I don't want it to stay on there overnight because I don't want it to dry out too much. So there's one. I'll do one more so you can see it. I don't want to make this a 6-hour video, but if I can duplicate it, that means I'm doing it right. Okay, those are pretty long too. You notice that's like 10 inches long. You know, if I made 2 5-inch cigars, there'd be an inch of waste at the end of each of them. If I just smoke a 10-inch cigar, there's an inch of waste just once at the end of the cigar. And since I try to smoke virtually all day, I save an inch of cigar by rolling a 10-inch cigar. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me. Okay. We're going to start building up our little thing here. And this is my good Seiko that I would normally roll a cigar out of. But since I'm using the scrap, I use it to hold the scrap together while I'm rolling. Get a little more. Make sure you break up those cutoffs so there's no knots in it. Okay. Get the end of my binder. Fold it over on itself and start rolling. Now if the wrapper splits or the binder splits when you first start rolling because your stuff is kind of dry, that's fine because you're going to roll over it again with at least one more layer of the binder. So roll, roll, roll. Keep good pressure on it. Roll it a couple times to make sure that you got the glue stuck. Feel down here till it gets soft. Cut that part off. Right into the thing. Feel down here. That side I'm going to smoke from, so I keep it to the left. Get another paper wrapper. Wrap it up. Now this one didn't end up being as long as the other one, only about 8 inches. But there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and make 6 of these, and then I'm going to put them on top of the thing and dry them. And then when they're dry, I'll come back out here and we'll unroll them and show you what we got going on. I'll light one up, show you how I light my cigars up, and we'll go from there. Alright? Okay, I'm back. It's been about an hour, and we're going to open these up and see what they look like. Now you want to unwrap them carefully because some of the glue might have stuck to the paper. You can see they're not all identical because it's hard to keep track of those little pieces. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. They smoke the same. Okay, there we go. Now all I got to do is trim the ends. Excuse me one moment. Left my clipper in the other room. What I do is I clip the end that I'm going to smoke. And that helps me keep track of it and makes a nice smooth part to smoke from. And there we go. Now if you want, you can trim the other end to to make them prettier, but as you can see, That's a smokable cigar. Now I was going to show you how I light them, but that's going to be another one because I'm already halfway through another one that I already had rolled up. So I don't want to have two cigars going at the same time. But there you go. 6 cigars made out of scrap and just a couple of leaves each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 leaves of filler. And 3 leaves of binder. The rest is scraps that normally gets thrown away. So if my typical cigar costs me between 50 cents and $1, this size cigar, this one has to cost me between 25 cents and 50 cents. I mean, come on, this is a $10 to $20 cigar. And you get, it's not pretty like one, but it smokes like one. And you get it for 25 cents to 50 cents. No brainer there. Learn how to do this. If you smoke cigars, don't buy another store cigar. Make your own cigars and you'll smoke a quality cigar for cheap. Not free. It's going to cost you $3 to $5 a day. But if you enjoy smoking cigars and it's what you like to do, then by all means do it like I do. I'll smoke these. Takes me a day to a day and a half to smoke 6 cigars. I smoke 4 to 5 cigars a day. And there it is. Alright, well, I'll be in touch. Got any comments? Put them below. And some requests, whatever you need. Whatever you request for me to do. And please subscribe if you're not one of my subscribers. Looking forward to seeing you again.